This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am absolutely thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed actor, dancer, model, the one and only Nathaly Navarro. Nathaly, it is so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Nathaly, you do it all. I want to know first and foremost, I mean, obviously performing has been in your bones since you were a young girl singing gospel, probably singing and dancing around the house. Was there one particular theater piece or dance piece or movie or something in your childhood that really made you think, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I want to be doing for a living?
Yes, definitely. I will have to say the movie Avatar. I think watching it and seeing all the CGI really inspired me to explore with my creativity and know that not only you can portray real life characters, but there's so much more that you can do and show in terms of acting if you just have imagination. I always look back to seeing how they actually created the movie, and I find it so amazing that some of these characters don't even have any lines, but everything that they're saying and that they're portraying is all through body language. So that really made me fall in love and say, wow, this is amazing. Seeing that I knew exactly what they were trying to say, but they weren't saying anything.
I love it. Well, show don't tell is one of my favorite mantras as a director. And Nathaly, we were talking a little bit about your process and how it's changed in a post-pandemic world. And I'm so excited. I want you to first and foremost, obviously, go into that process and how it's changed from a pre-pandemic, pandemic, and now post-pandemic world. But also, this is one of the reasons why I'm so excited you're coming on board FENIX360, because it's a safe space for artists to be able to talk about these things with one another. There I go. Coffee is kicking in. Nathaly, talk to us a little bit about your process as a performer.
Well, I actually graduated from my conservatory in 2019. So this was pre-pandemic. All of the auditions that I was doing, they were all in person, which was a lot dealing with, especially graduating from a conservatory. So it was a lot of very like time consuming. And then going into the pandemic, everything was online. I have moved back home. I'm actually visiting my mom right now. I have moved back home here, and it was such a tight space. I was not used to having to self-tape in like a small corner. And then after the pandemic, I have moved back into the city. I had gotten a place. So I finally had all that space, which I actually did not need that often because a lot of times, a lot of my callbacks were in person. Some of the weird things that I experienced, I think it was, wearing a mask, walking into the room, and then just taking it off when you're going to perform and then just putting it back on. It was a little odd, but the protocol calls for what it calls. And I would say that self-taping at home has been such a relief because I remember going into all of my auditions in person pre-pandemic, I used to get so much anxiety, but the fact that I can do it from home and make sure that I'm putting all of my work in, that the tape that I'm sending in is exactly what I want them to see, it has been such a relief. So I actually love auditioning from home. It's like my favorite thing ever.
I love it, Nathaly. And also, you're such an amazing creator. And I'm sure that has been sparked in you kind of becoming your own videographer, producer, makeup artist, lighting person. I'm curious to know, Nathaly, what you're most excited about in coming on board FENIX360 and that ability to now connect with other like-minded artists like yourself.
I would say I'm really excited about the fact that I can ask other people who have done work that I am just kind of coming into. I can use a job that I just filmed for Speechify. It was a commercial that I was doing all on my own. I was sent sides and kind of like a breakdown on all of the scenes that I had to submit. And sometimes I will film something and I will say, wow, doing this right? Should I do it from a different angle? I don't want to send a bunch of like footage and then having them to scroll through everything. So I feel like if I'm able to have other people there who have done that type of work before, where they are creating everything on their own, if I have a question, I have somebody there to ask them, hey, like, what did you do? Like, have you worked with a company like this before? Like, how much footage do you think I should send? Is this too much? Is this a close up? So I think having that community will be so, so helpful and very relieving as well.
Absolutely. Well, community and relief is something that I also think about when I think about Phoenix 360. I've been able to interview over 2,000 artists this past year from all over the world. And it's been a relief for so many of them to realize that they're not alone. And a safe space like Phoenix, building a community for the artists of the future, like yourself, is just really heartwarming for someone like me who's, 38 going on 90. But that's for a conversation for another time. Nathaly Navarro, you are such a star. I am so grateful for your time today. And again, so excited you're coming on board this incredible new social media app, Phoenix 360.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.